Hey there everyone, Dr. Beth Westy here, and I wanted to talk about belly fat tonight. I was chatting with somebody earlier today and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to do this on a video because I feel like this is a message that I keep repeating over and over and over again. Belly fat. Women get so discouraged with their belly fat. They get so frustrated that all the things that they're doing are not the right things. I'm exercising a ton. I'm doing this ab workout thing. Oh, why isn't it targeting the belly fat? Right? I'm eating super healthy. I still have this like tire around my midsection. What the heck, right? And I'm going to talk about stress and hormones, which are very important with relation to the belly fat piece. But first off, I just want to reference that your body should have fat. Your body should have a certain, percentage of adipose tissue, right? Subcutaneous adipose tissue. And oftentimes when we're looking at belly fat, what we forget about is that there's different types of belly fat, right? So your subcutaneous tissue is like the fat that's underneath your skin, right? And then for women, super fun, women can have subcutaneous fat deposits in different parts of their body, right? And you also have subcutaneous fat on your belly. And there's then visceral fat, which is the deep internal fat that's around your internal organs. Now that fat is actually more associated with diseases, diabetes, stroke, all that stuff. The higher percentage of visceral fat that you have, the more likely you are to have something like that. So again, the health concern there is higher. But when we're talking about belly fat, I want to reference these two types of fat for just a minute, because most of the time when women are looking at their belly fat, you're thinking like you'll pinch like your stomach, like you'll pinch right near your belly button and be like, oh, look at my fat, it's so fat. And I'm like, everybody has fat there. You take the skinniest supermodel and they bend over and they will have rolls because your body is meant to have that, right? So that's normal. And to work on the subcutaneous fat is one thing, right? And that's almost a different strategy than really working on the visceral fat. The visceral fat, though, is what's connected to hormone weight. The visceral fat is what's connected to also your energy, right? That's what it's more likely connected to than just the subcutaneous. So when you're pinching, right, the skin, that's one thing. So a lot of times doing just exercise and nutrition, you'll feel like you make some progress there. Like, oh, well, my goal is to lose 30 pounds. And I started exercising and eating really clean and I lost 10, but nothing else is happening. And it's the belly fat that's really getting in the way. Now we're talking deeper visceral fat, and that's what you really need to target. That's the difference. And just doing exercise and nutrition is not going to do it, especially for women. Here's why. Exercise is great for overall health, strength, cardiovascular, all the good things, right? We all know that. Exercise is good. But you can't do some magic ab workout and get a six-pack, right? That's not how it works. And the other thing that happens is that structurally, what happens to the body, to the female body, we're all trained and programmed to think like, I'm supposed to have this hourglass figure, right? And be skinnier at the waist. And this exercise is going to make me skinnier at the waist. When you start really building up your core, you don't get skinnier there. That's not what it feels like. What does it feel like? It feels like you get thicker, right? That's a good thing in terms of building up your strength, stability, core, right? Look at the gymnasts. Just look at these gymnasts, right? These gals are ripped, right? But they're not like, ooh, tiny little waist, That's not a natural form for females to have, really. And especially if you start doing a lot of ab exercises, you're not going to just get skinnier waist. That's not how that works. You can get stronger, right? You can build that muscle tissue, great, but it doesn't just make you skinnier. That's what I get so frustrated with some of those things. So exercise is good for overall activity, but you can't outrun your fork. Right? You can't outrun your fork. So it really comes, abs are made in the kitchen, right? All those things too. Super duper. that plays a role in it as well. But again, if you're not fueling your body with enough, it's not going to be able to boost your metabolism. And again, targeting the subcutaneous fat is different strategies than targeting that visceral fat. Also, when we note that women go through hormonal changes, stress and everything else, right? So I'll just put hormones down here. Oh, that is dying. So sorry. Any hormonal issues, right? That's where we're increasing that visceral fat. So I'll just put this subcutaneous, and then this is really the visceral fat that we're focusing on here. Once you start targeting that visceral fat, oh my gosh, that's when it's easier to get the subcutaneous fat down. Because if you have this tire on your midsection, if you have this, like, your belly is just bigger, that's that visceral fat. And super fun, women that go through menopause, right? At whatever age that you go through menopause, some women will go through menopause earlier than others. I recently mentioned this. Specifically, and I talked about this on my Instagram stories today as well. There are studies that have been done that Black and Latina women will go through menopause on average 2 years earlier than white women because of the stress that their body is under. And oftentimes it's been related to systemic racism. So important to note these differences and say, okay, then my body's going through menopause earlier, and on average, women will gain 7 to 10 pounds just going through menopause because of that hormone shift. And then that's that visceral fat that you're getting, right? It's like, oh my gosh, I didn't do anything different. I'm still, exercising. I'm still eating healthy. Yeah, because you're still trying to take care of the subcutaneous fat. Amber saying, I love how when you say super fun, we all we know it is certainly not fun or great. I do that, don't I? Oh, yep. Okay. So, yes. So having that hormone shift and change happen from stress, from hormones, right? So this can be a shift and change in estrogen, progesterone, testosterone. This can also be a shift and change stress, so cortisol, and you're doing that visceral fat, right? So this is so subcutaneous, I'll just put like the fat under your skin, and this is the visceral fat, the fat in the belly, deep belly fat. So a lot of times, because we know how I really feel. Yeah, you do. You know how I really feel about all of this. So a lot of times, again, we're targeting the wrong thing. Exercise, nutrition, all these things. Oh, yay. Yes, absolutely. And you can see some faster results with it. So sometimes women will feel like, yeah, I'm eating healthy and I'm working out. And like, oh, my legs are getting stronger. I can see muscle in my leg. But I still have this belly fat. What the heck? Focusing on the wrong thing. You're focusing on the wrong thing. So these are things that we do in the 12-week challenge. In the 12-week challenge, this is a meal guide, grocery list. I work with you, tailoring, tweaking a nutrition guide for your body specifically to make sure that you're using all the right nutrition tactics to target that type of visceral fat. This is not just a simple like, oh, eating clean is good. Yes, eating clean is good. Of course it's good, right? But your system needs something more. So we are starting next. Registration opens very soon, next Friday. I only take so many women because I work with each gal very, very closely. So you can get on the wait list, which is in the comments below. You do not want to miss out. The only way to get the registration link is on the wait list. So that's why I put it there. So you also get good info. If you're like, this is interesting, I want to learn more, I'm not sure about this, but I want to learn more, wait list. Yeah, get on the wait list. But again, if you're like, oh my gosh, yes, this is where I'm really struggling. I feel like I've been doing better here, but I'm not seeing that result because the belly fat is still there. I really need to work on my hormones. And I have a protocol for women that are in perimenopause and menopause, and I have another protocol for women that have an active cycle because it's different. And it matters. Yes. And by working on these specific things, that's where you target that belly fat, right? So again, if you're just doing all this exercise and you feel like you're just getting thicker in your midsection, but you still have that belly fat there, you're not going to feel like it's working at all. And if you're not working on these tactics, it's not going to be working. So again, what I take you through is getting enough protein, making sure you're doing the right intermittent fasting techniques to target this, getting your metabolism boosted by incorporating some carb cycling things, making sure we're working on inflammation, making sure we're helping your adrenals, making sure we're helping your liver. Process everything. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of like getting in there and working. Yeah. But the results are amazing. You're going to feel totally different. Your body's going to function totally different. And then you're going to be able to target the specific areas. It takes you from feeling like, oh, I don't even know what to do next. I'm not sure. What the heck? To you're in the driver's seat. You're in control again. And now you're dictating where your health is going to go. I mean, I love going through and doing this. My mission is to educate and empower women to learn more about their systems, how they work and function, and how to incorporate these things into your daily lifestyle and routine to keep moving forward. This is not about, oh, I can't have creamer in my coffee. If you like creamer in your coffee, have creamer in your coffee, right? As long as you're doing the right techniques to target the right type of fat, you're going to get the right result. Yes. All right, so I have done other videos on, visceral fat. If you're wondering more about that, that's on my YouTube channel, which is called Dr. Beth Westy. You can subscribe to that to stay updated. I also have a podcast, which is called The Female Health Solution. It's on All Places Podcast. And then my book is called The Female Fat Solution. This is on Amazon. If you want to know more about eating for your hormones and your cycle, I detail that out here. And there is some good info in here. But again, if you're really focused on, I want to do more, I want to really dive in, I want this guidance, I want something custom for my body to really target this, get rid of it, and then stay ahead of the game. Don't repeat this process 6 months from now. Don't repeat this process a year from now. So many women get frustrated because they feel like, I've been working on this for so long, and if I do make progress, it rebounds and I have to start all over again. Quit doing that. I hear from women all the time that have done my program, and they're like, oh my gosh, I did your program 2 years ago, and I just wanted to send you an update. Things are still going great. I have been able to manage and navigate, the whole pandemic thing and still continue my results. And I feel really good. Thank you. I love this, eating for this lifestyle. I get these messages all the time. So again, so much good, progress to be made when you're focusing on the right thing. Stop spinning your wheels, trying to find, like, oh, I got to eat cleaner. Kale is the best thing ever. Yay, that's what's going to make me get rid of my belly fat. No. It's not a magic food, and it's not a magic workout that's going to do it. It's really working with the right things within your system to get the right results. Okay, that's what I got for you guys today. Thank you for tuning in. If you found this helpful, please share this with other women that need this message, because so many women just are so frustrated wondering what to do next, and a lot of this info can help them. So I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you later.